Hey, what's poppin'? Great volunteers of the Pennsylvania Dutch Council. Matt Adams coming to you from the world headquarters, of course, of the Pennsylvania Dutch Council. I got to get out of this office, but the weather is nice, and this is making me think of one thing: summer camp, summer camp, summer camp. I hope your boys and girls are getting ready to go to summer camp at Bayshore Scout Reservation or J. Edward Mack. We've got some amazing things happening at both sites, and we are ready for you. We are ready for a safe camping experience for everybody. One deadline for you, May 15th. Final payments are due for both facilities. Don't be late on those. The fee goes up a little bit. We need to make sure that we got t-shirts. We got to make sure we got the right amount of food. We got to make sure we have enough program supplies for everybody. So that's why we put that deadline on in our system for May 15th. So keep an eye out for that for you. A couple things for you regarding camp. Hopefully most of you received the letter that says what's going to keep you safe at camp. We're going to do pre-screening. So before anybody even gets out of the cars, we're going to get your head going with a little temperature check, and you're going to have to bring the pre-camp screening checklist with you, making sure that everybody that arrives is feeling tip-top and ready to go. We're going to have hand sanitizer and washing stations, which I know this is a crazy idea for kids to actually wash their hands at camp, but it's going to happen. So you might want to warn them. They're probably going to fight us on it. Definitely there are kids and scouts that don't really appreciate cleanliness. But our camps will be. They're going to be clean, they're going to be safe, and your scouts are going to have a great time. PPE, personal protection equipment, that is going to be a necessity with or without any kind of COVID shots. We are going to practice safe distancing. We're going to practice masks on, and that's just the way it's going to be. It's going to be a great camping experience. Fortunately or unfortunately, we're all used to it, so things aren't going to change all that much when you come to camp. But we do that because we want to make sure that you have a great, safe camping experience. Our food service, I think I mentioned in a previous vlog, is going to be a little bit different. Very likely we're going to be delivering prepackaged meals to you and your scouts in the campsites for every meal. Probably only for this summer, but for obvious reasons. We want to minimize the cross contamination and multiple people touching specific foods. So food service is going to look a little bit different, but what I can tell you is we will still have quality meals for you, good protein, good energy, food that'll give you and your scouts great energy. Be prepared for that. And the last thing that is going to be a little bit different for summer camp is we're really going to minimize the amount of outside visitors coming into camp unless it's a real necessity. Again, this is just for the safety of our scouts, family nights and parents coming up to visit, just dropping in. Probably not going to happen, and that's because we want to make sure that those scouts that we have on our camp properties have been screened, the adults have been screened, and we don't have any outside groups coming in that may contain the virus and keep everybody safe. So we hope that you'll understand that for this summer. But it's going to be a bang up summer. It's going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be a lot of energy that we get out, and it's been pent up and sitting in front of a computer. And we're going to get outside and we're going to play and we're going to run. We're going to sweat. We're going to stink. We're going to have a great time. So we hope that you guys are going to be a part of it. We're going to learn some great new things as well along the way. Speaking of getting outside, Juanita Gokas Lodge, put in a little plug for them. Order of the Arrow Fellowship is April 23rd and 24th. So as an airman, take a peek in your calendars in the Owl's Nest to participate in that. Spring Ordeal, if you didn't have a chance to go through it last year, you can join us, which would be May 21st and 22nd. Both of these events are on our council website, on our council calendar. You should have gotten this information through the Owl's Nest, but if you're due and been elected into the Order of the Arrow and need to do your ordeal, springtime would be a great time for that, May 21st and 22nd. Last but not least, for Order of the Arrow, we're looking to have a great banquet up at J. Edward Mack Pavilion, Dining Pavilion. Ideally, it's going to be finished, or it's going to be darn close. It's going to look beautiful. The inside of the dining pavilion is going to be redone. The whole complex will have a new roof, and that's from some of the proceeds of our capital campaign. And or to the Arrow Winnebago Lodge is going to be able to kind of break that in for the first time. That is May 16th, so hopefully you'll come and join us. We're going to recognize Vigil class members. We're going to recognize some of the Arrowmen that have done some unbelievable scouting and unbelievable service over the last year, and it's just a great time to get in front of folks that you haven't seen for a while, give them a clean elbow bump, and be able to engage and have a conversation. A lot of times it's people say, "Hey Matt, it's good to see you," and I say, "It's good to be seen," and this is a great opportunity for us to get together. Last but not least, on a little more serious note, most of you should have received an email letter from me talking about some of the challenges we face as a council in regards to finance and membership, district volunteer recruitment. So the Council Key 3, along with the District Key 3s, have been discussing over the last 3 months some things that we need to take a serious look at, and we've decided that it would be important to come to our scouting family in the districts and talk about a district reorganization. By the time you get this, one of the events may have come right up on us, but we are inviting you, excuse me, sorry about that, inviting you to attend one of 3 roundtables. The first one is in Conestoga River at Paradise Park on April 1st, 7 p.m. The second one is April 8th, which will be Horseshoe Trail District, and that location is on our council website. And finally, the third one will be an opportunity to talk to the volunteers of the Harvest District on April 13th, and that will be a Zoom meeting. So if you're interested, shoot me an email. We'll make sure we get an invite out to you. There's a group of volunteers that will talk you through some of the challenges that we're facing, a 5-year trend of membership, 5-year trend of our finances, looking at our district manpower, and then getting and sharing some information with you about a recommendation. And then, of course, it's very important that we get feedback from you, the volunteer. So please join us. If you need information on that, feel free to contact the Council Service Center, and we'll be able to get you at the right place at the right time. So finally, I always thank our volunteers for the great things that they're doing. I was at a crossover last Sunday for our very first Girl Den that started in the Pennsylvania Dutch Council over 3 years ago. They're crossing over into a Scouts BSA girl troop, and they're going to be off and running on the Trail to Eagle, and it was just really cool to see great volunteers, all in uniform, looking sharp, and these young ladies have a wonderful foundation of character development, citizenship training, and mental and physical fitness, and we love what they've learned. They're super excited about their new adventures in Scouts BSA, and thanks for everything that you do. I'll often be asked, who's the most important person in scouting? And I'll say, well, of course, it's the adults, and everybody will look at me like, what do you mean it's the adults? How can it not be the kids? Well, of course the scouts and the kids are terribly important, but without adults giving of their time, talent, and energy, and financial resources, and talent resources, we cannot have the Boy Scouts of America without you. Thanks for what you do. Good day.